She didn't take time from anybody.
2 years after Bernadette's divorce, she had emerged as a strong, self-reliant woman, and it wasn't long before people started to take notice.
Bernadette was a good-looking lady. She was a very good parent.
I mean, she was a chick. She looked like she took care of herself.
And one of the men who noticed was a school security officer named Juan. 4 years younger than Bernadette, Juan had recently returned home to Laredo after serving as a military policeman in the U.S. Army.
These people at some point to become some kind of a law enforcement officer.
However, he came home from the Army with more than a dream. He also brought home a bride.
Was stationed in Korea for 1 year, where he met his first wife.
But as soon as the couple returned to the States, their brief relationship had disintegrated.
Things didn't work out.
Juan's new job as a school security officer did work out, however.
Everybody always said that he was super sweet, very nice character, very well-mannered, a very well-rounded, nice guy.
Juan was very easygoing, very friendly, easy person to get along.
And as it turned out, the former MP had a talent for dealing with troubled kids.
He would actually go to the students and counsel them and try to get them not to get in trouble.
But in January of 2002, Juan set his sights on a far tougher challenge, getting to know the new school nurse, Bernadette.
What attracted Juan to Bernadette was that she was tough. He liked that. He liked that she could take care of herself. You know, she could handle herself.
But could she handle Juan's advances?
Juan was the nicest guy, I mean, in the world. He was all smile, man. He was all smile.
And it didn't take long for Juan's sunny smile and relentless charm to break through the nurse's hard exterior, revealing a softer, nicer Bernadette.
She was very flirty.
They were very much alike, Bernadette and Juan. They loved to make light of a lot of situations.
5 months of flirting and joking later, they were dating.
She would stay at her house.
Juan loved her. He just wanted to be with her.
But then, just weeks into their romance, things grew more serious.
They were expecting a child.
It was a tense moment for Bernadette. After all, she was already struggling to raise a child after an unplanned pregnancy. And just when she was wondering whether she would have to do it again, Juan made a stunning confession. Although he had told Bernadette that he was divorced from his first wife, not all the papers had been signed yet.
The divorce wasn't final.
Bernadette was devastated by Juan's deception.
I think their relationship started off a little on the rocky side.
But he assured her that his first marriage was over in every way, and that she was the only woman he wanted to marry.
He loved her. He worshipped her with everything he did.
Juan convinced Bernadette to stay, and in September of 2002, his divorce was official. 3 months later, in December, Juan and Bernadette tied the knot at the local courthouse, and with the birth of their child just 2 months away, the newlyweds settled in to married bliss.
Every time they would see them, they were appeared to be
Anyone home?
easygoing couple.
They were a happy couple.
And when their son was born in February 2003, Juan became even closer to Bernadette.
The fact that she gave him his son made him worship her even more.
He wanted to do more than just worship her, though. He also realized that it was his turn to step up. For most of their short relationship, Bernadette had been supporting the family.
She was the breadwinner. Bernadette was a nurse. And he was a security officer. Our pay was a little bit over that minimum wage.
And with the birth of their son, Juan decided it was time to seriously pursue his dream of working in law enforcement by joining the Border Patrol.
It pays well, it has good benefits, and it's a good way to make a career for yourself.
More importantly, it was a good way to support his family.
You're talking about a man who wanted to make a living, bring more money home, offer their kids a better life.
And at the beginning of May 2003, Juan took his first step towards achieving that better life.
he came over to me and showed me the paper where he had actually passed the records at the Board of Games.
A new baby, a new husband, and the promise of his new career. The future had never looked brighter for Bernadette. But as it turned out, just days after Juan passed his Border Patrol exam, all the couple's hopes would be irrevocably shattered. Coming up, Bernadette tries to save her husband.
She looked for an exit plan.
But can she explain how barely 6 months into their marriage, he ended up bleeding on their living room floor?
She recognized what made so escape.
Yeah.
Stop before you knock it over.
Yeah.
So you need to be ready. Be good surprises and bad surprises.
Small what it is.
It's not how you must be.
There's not no way you expect
As you just be there, done that, and can help you prepare for anything that happens next. Because it will. Be ready.
I'm your pervert.
That's what he said.
Yeah, what he said when he get there, when he getting buried on the 6 feet under.
Bernadette Petoskia told dispatchers in Laredo, Texas, that her husband, 26-year-old Juan Petoskia, had just been shot. But she also immediately confessed that she had fired the shot. According to Bernadette, the couple's heated dispute had turned physical, and she had been in fear for her life.
She had no choice but to shoot him.
When officers arrived at the couple's home, they found Juan lying in the hallway, bleeding but alive. Bernadette, a registered nurse, had tried to use her skills to save her husband's life.
She actually tried to help him. She stepped over him and went and looked for some scissors to cut his shirt and see if she could give him some sort of aid.
And it seemed as though Bernadette's aid might mean the difference between life and death for Juan. Though Bernadette didn't seem sure about the extent of his injuries.
She said she looked for an exit plan, but there was none.
Emergency personnel wasted no time in transferring Juan to a waiting ambulance. Though he was gravely injured, Juan was still trying to speak with the EMTs.
As they're putting him in the ambulance, and he says, my wife shot me.
EMTs tried to calm the injured man, telling him that Bernadette had already confessed to pulling the trigger. But Juan insisted that she hadn't told the whole story. Before Juan could say any more, he slipped into unconsciousness. Story just a confused rambling of an injured man. Or was there more to Bernadette's self-defense claim that she was letting on? After Bernadette was checked by medical personnel, police asked her to accompany them to the station.
The domestic violence investigators show up and they say, look, we're still trying to figure out what happened.
At the station, Bernadette agreed to tell her side of the story.
They actually let her to the station. She recognized what made so escape, which is pretty easy.
In her written statement and her interview with the officers, Bernadette admitted that Juan's claims were true.
She told the two officers they were arguing if he was eating.
But she said that it wasn't that simple. According to Bernadette, the couple had been arguing frequently over the past week. She claimed that Juan had become consumed with the idea that Bernadette would see other men.
There wasn't enough trust in our relationship.
But even as the couple's fight had escalated, Bernadette said she and Juan, who had been married for barely 6 months, had tried to work things out.
They had a baby together, so they stuck it out.
But that day, Bernadette said the fighting had started again when she had come home from work and found Juan in their bedroom.
They didn't have a double bag that he was packing.
Bernadette said she had been devastated by her husband's announcement, especially just 3 months after the birth of their son.
They've only been together for a year, and she was going to be a single parent.
Once again, Bernadette was facing a life alone.
She wanted an explanation.
And she said that she wasn't willing to let him finish packing until he gave her that explanation.
She would actually take the stuff out and dump it back.
She threw his socks out. She didn't want to leave.
But to her dismay, Bernadette told police that nothing she could say seemed to convince her husband to stay.
There's an argument, so they're kind of back and forth. He says, I'm leaving. She says, no, you're not.
And according to Bernadette, as their tempers rose during the back and forth, the fight had suddenly turned physical.
My brother tried to, I guess, assault her physically.
Bernadette told police that her husband had shoved her down on the bed, but she had managed to break free and grab the phone.
She could have called 911 on one if she was really that scared.
But she didn't. While shocked by Bernadette said she didn't want to escalate the situation by involving the police. Instead, she had called her mother-in-law.
She decided to call his mother instead of calling her mother.
I read you.
The fact that she had the gift of calming her
What's the
down.
situation?
Bernadette said she had given the phone to Juan, and while he spoke with his mother in another room, she had immediately taken steps to protect herself.
She took the opportunity to go gain access to the gun that they had in the home.
She says she feels threatened. She grabbed the knife, puts it in the waistband.
Bernadette said that Juan appeared to have calmed down after talking to his mother. But after his sudden assault, Bernadette said she had decided it was best if her husband did leave. And resigned to the fact that he was leaving for good, Bernadette said she made one last request: Juan's wedding ring.
She said, you can leave, but give me the ring.
Juan had agreed, according to Bernadette.
He had to show the ring.
And with that, Bernadette said she believed the fight and her marriage were over.
Juan was in for good. He had packed his things. He had told her he was leaving. He gave her the ring back.
Bernadette told the police that she had turned and walked out of the bedroom, leaving Juan to pack. But when she got into the living room, she said her frustration over the situation had finally gotten the better of her, and she lashed out.
She actually goes to an entertainment center and she knocks it down in anger.
It made all sorts of noise.
And as the CD rack crashed to the floor, Bernadette said she quickly realized that her fight with Juan was far from over.
She said the knocking down of the entertainment centers were worse than out of the bedroom. He was coming at her.
And Bernadette told police that this time, Juan was angrier than she had ever seen him before.
She was afraid of him. Grabbed her, throw her down. She didn't know what was going to happen next.
Bernadette said she had grabbed the pistol from her waistband and pointed it at her husband. But instead of backing down, he only become more enraged.
She points it and he says, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot me?
Then, Juan rushed at Bernadette. Trapped and in fear for her life, Bernadette claimed she had been left with no choice.
Before assault her, she pulled the trigger, shooting into the torso. She discharged one time, one falls down.
The single shot from Bernadette's gun had been enough to incapacitate Juan. Bernadette assured officers that she had only made the painful choice to protect her own life.
Her defense was that of her self-defense.
And she told them that she was well qualified to decide when deadly force was appropriate.
She was licensed by the state of Texas to carry a concealed handgun.
But for police, it was Bernadette's behavior after the shooting that seemed to support her story. Rather than let her husband suffer, Bernadette had apparently given medical care to the man she claimed had just assaulted her.
She tried to help him.
but had Bernadette's help been enough to keep her husband alive? Coming up, conflicting evidence cast doubt on Bernadette's story.
Would it be bruising or something major?
Police are soon wondering whether Bernadette was the victim she claimed to be.
He started telling me that she's crazy.
There's something about the neon. It was an instant connection. And I knew there was no going back.
We always say something. There's no mutual customize your car insurance. That's my boy. Get out there to make us proud, huh? Stay off the freeways. Only pay for what you need.
You'll pay for it getting when it's true enough.
It's a cat getting too cool. Your hook temptation's pretty correct.
On May 14, 2003, Laredo, Texas police officers interviewed 31-year-old Bernadette Petterskea. After responding to a 911 call, officers had found her husband Juan lying on the floor of their home with a single gunshot wound. When questioned, Bernadette was very honest about who had pulled the trigger.
As soon as the first police officer shows up, she tells him, I shot my husband.
Bernadette told police that she and Juan had been arguing that afternoon.
He was happy. She was upset because he was leaving her.
But according to Bernadette, the couple's argument took a violent turn when Juan attacked her in the couple's bedroom.
Her allegations were that my brother made an aggressive move towards her.
In fear for her life, Bernadette, concealed carrying in self-defense, had grabbed her gun.
Right.
And while Juan lay unconscious at a local hospital, Bernadette's story was all that the police had to go on.
I think at that time it was Charlie. She told exactly what had happened.
As the police searched the Petterskea's yard, they found confirmation of Bernadette's claim that Juan was walking away from their 6-month marriage.
He had already packed his car. He was leaving.
Inside, police took a closer look at the scene of the shooting.
Kitchen table.
But when officers examined the single shell casing left behind, they discovered something unexpected. Bernadette claimed that she had shot her husband at close range.
At the time that she spoke to police, she had claimed that Mr. Petterskia was lunging at her. He was going to attack her.
But the distance between the shell casing and where Juan fell suggested something else.
Evidence was more consistent with them standing at a distance approximately 18 feet away from each other.
And if the shot hadn't been at close range as Bernadette claimed, did that mean her use of deadly force was justified? The authorities didn't think so.
Given the casing, given the location where he fell, it was very obvious that she was in no danger or threat of immediate harm at the time that she pulled the trigger.
Just as contrary to Bernadette's story, when the police questioned the EMT that had examined her after the shooting, he said he hadn't found any evidence Juan had harmed her at all.
He says, I'm observing her and I don't see anything on her. She's claiming that, and I don't see any kind of visible injuries on her. Her claims were true. There would be bruising or some type of injuries.
Her explanations just did not make sense.
With conflicting physical evidence, detectives decided to take a closer look at Bernadette and Juan's relationship. Neighbors told police that the newly married couple had always seemed happy.
The neighbors said, no, we never heard them arguing.
And there was no record of any police visits to the Petterskia home.
there had been no phone calls to that house.
But when officers interviewed Juan's family and friends, they told police that his relationship with Bernadette was nowhere near as happy as it seemed on the surface.
They had a terrible marriage.
And according to what Juan told his friends, it was entirely Bernadette's fault.
Every maybe 2 Saturdays, we get together, go hang out at a local bar, have a couple of beers. The last couple of times that we did was when he started, telling me that he thinks that she's crazy.
At first, Juan's friend said he had dismissed the claim.
And of course, the guy talking now, Mom, my wife's crazy too, don't worry. But then he stayed serious.
Granted, Juan and Bernadette's relationship had always been different.
Bernadette was the one that was more dominant of the two.
She were that's the relationship.
And she had always controlled the couple's finances, although that much seemed understandable, considering that her nursing job brought in almost double Juan's salary as a security guard.
Bernadette had to get Benedict a earning more and be the head of the household.
She obviously had a higher hierarchy. She earned a lot more money than he did.
But according to Juan's friends, Bernadette hadn't been happy just controlling the family's purse strings.
She was a type-A personality, somebody who was very controlling, somebody who was always in charge of the situation.
And once they were married, Bernadette had apparently wanted to be in charge of Juan's entire life. What he did, where he went, and especially who he spoke to.
She had a possessive side to her and a jealous side to her as well.
Since the couple worked in the same building, Juan hadn't been able to escape his wife's influence, even at work.
If she would have this typical conversation with someone at school and she did not approve of it, she would go and stop the conversation.
She even told one or two of the ladies they stay away from Juan.
At first, friends said Juan had tried to make the marriage work for the sake of his newborn son.
I think Juan really tried to do the right thing, to stick with her, try to raise his child.
But soon, Juan had confessed that Bernadette was becoming too volatile to live with.
Seems like she had 2 different personalities. One way you would say it.
She was a nice person when she wanted to. Once you were in a relationship with her true self came out, and it was not a nice one.
Although he was more than ready to end his brief marriage, Juan had told his friends that he was hesitant. Leaving Bernadette was not as simple as walking out the door.
He really had his fear that one day there was something wrong.
Given friends and family had serious doubts that Juan would have attacked Bernadette.
Juan was very easygoing, very friendly. We never saw him actually have an aggressive conversation with anybody.
In fact, his friends thought that Bernadette was more likely to be the aggressor.
Every indication said that she was a very confident, tough person.
It was just very hard for me to believe that she was a victim.
Combined with the physical evidence, detectives had reason to suspect the shooting wasn't as straightforward as Bernadette claimed.
When we looked below the surface, we had serious doubts that this was in fact a self-defense case.
So investigators were anxious to get Juan's side of the story. Unfortunately, they would never get the chance. At 1:10 a.m. on May 15, 2003, nearly 7 hours after the confrontation with Bernadette, Juan Pedesquilla died.
He ends up passing away at Mercy Hospital.
Friends and family were devastated by the news.
It was very hard to deal with at the time because she was my friend. And so we couldn't believe that it happened to him.
And Juan's loved ones wanted answers.
Why did she do it?
Laredo police wanted to know the same thing. Juan's death meant that the shooting was no longer an assault case.
Once Juan passes away, the case was transferred over to the homicide division.
And with the discrepancies between Bernadette's story and the physical evidence, coupled with the family's account of their troubled marriage, the detectives believed they had enough evidence to arrest Juan's killer.
Our decision to prosecute was because there was inconsistent evidence.
Bernadette Pedesquilla's explanation for taking the life of Mr. Garcia just did not fit.
So just hours after Juan's death, the Laredo authorities charged Bernadette Padilla with first-degree murder.
When you apply common sense in this case, you can see that this was a murder.
Coming up, Bernadette's defense stunned the prosecution.
He would force me to have sex with him.
But will a new discovery be enough to convict her?
It's blood chilling.
Almost there. I'm coming out of hibernation, and Papa is hungry. And while you're hitting the trail, I'm hitting the cooler. And your Sunday car sure is might not pay for all this. So get on stage.
Consumer Reports evaluates vehicles for car shoppers in reliability, safety, owner satisfaction, and road test evaluation. And the result? Subaru is the 2023 best mainstream automotive brand, according to Consumer Reports. Yeah, Subaru has 7 Consumer Reports recommended models. Solterra, Forester, Outback, Crosstrek, Ascent, Impreza, and Legacy. It's easy to love a brand you can trust. It's easy to love a Subaru.
How do you start your day defines the rest of it. So start it with a little Sonicare. Start it with expertise. Start it even when they don't want to start it. Start your day with a thorough clean. And with the total confidence that you've done everything for your health. Start with complete care with Philips Sonicare. So you know you'll always get it right. Innovation in you. Philips.
In September 2006, Bernadette Padilla's trial began at the Webb County Courthouse in Laredo, Texas. The 33-year-old mother of 2 faced murder charges stemming from the May 2003 death of her husband, Juan.
There's no question that Bernadette shot her husband. Nobody's going to question that. Whether she was guilty of murder or not, that is the question.
From the moment she called police, Bernadette claimed she had fired the fatal shot in self-defense. But in its opening statement, the prosecution presented a different theory.
You had packed the sticks, you had told her he was leaving, and she pulled out the gun, pointed it to him, and told him, "You're not leaving."
And when Juan refused to obey,
She opted for murder.
and her claim that she had shot him in self-defense. According to the prosecution, that was pretty unlikely given her years of martial arts training.
It's kind of difficult for me to believe that she shot her husband in self-defense. Black belt.
And then there was the bullet casing found nearly 18 feet from Juan's body, a clear contradiction of Bernadette's account of the shooting.
You could tell that they weren't at close range.
That's why when the prosecutors wrapped their case, they felt confident of a conviction.
We have enough evidence beyond a reasonable doubt to convince a jury.
But when the defense started presenting its case, they blindsided the prosecution with a whole new story.
The defense was claiming that she was the victim of domestic violence.
We had no idea that she was domestic, but for a whole year, all this, I've been a better spouse.
And according to Bernadette's attorney, her brief 6-month marriage had been a living hell.
The defense in this case primarily revolved around the fact that there was a history of abuse and rape and beatings that Mr. had been enduring during this tumultuous marriage.
Abuse
How
that
is it a
Bernadette
history if it
began
ain't
to
been
describe
recorded?
in
So, well,
graphic
yeah, there's a
detail.
lot of people that
She started talking about her children when she was sleeping.
She specifically mentioned he kicked her stomach
Tell her
when she was
taking my
pregnant.
ass out and
Juan's
calling
family and friends were shocked by Bernadette's claim.
I knew that was a lie. I know that I hear